Alright, hello everybody. This is Henry again from Henry's RV. We're going to take a real quick ride through town here at Quartzsite to kind of give you an idea of what the place looks like and what's going on. And hopefully you'll enjoy the ride along with me. Something different that I haven't done before. If you look to your left there, you see some RV places, as well as to the right. This guy on the right, he sells new stuff. To the left, it's pretty much all new or almost new RVs. They're independent one here. Then you got another place here on the right as well. And of course, as you can see coming up right here on the right is the Quartzsite welcome sign into the city. But it's kind of a desolate area. It's not a whole lot here. About 2,900 people are here during the off season. But right now during December and January, there's a lot of people coming in for the winter to enjoy the beauty of this country and the area. Just off to my left there, I just passed another RV dealer who's selling mostly Class B's and C's. If you not know what those are basically campers built on van or truck chassis that are kind of small. But it's a lot to see here, yet there's not a whole lot to see, just depending on how you feel. But this is a great place to be in the winter. Nights in the low 40s to upper 30s, which is not that bad considering. Days 65 to 70 degrees. Right now today it's only about 64. Kind of a cloudy over day, but it's still a beautiful day here to be in the desert. You got a mobility store here on my right that rents and sells scooters for those that needs them. There's probably about 7 or 8 different gas stations as you go through town, as well as the marketplace right here on the right where you can buy groceries. And a little on the pricey side, but not that bad. Of course, what town wouldn't be the same without a Mexican restaurant of some sort? There's one right here on the right. I haven't tried it yet, but I eventually will. Right now I'm coming up on Main and Central. You go back to the right, you go back to Parker, Arizona, go to the left here, and you go to Yuma, Arizona, which is right on the Arizona-Mexican border. And kind of a unique place to see. Off to my left, which you can't see it now, but if you look back just a second ago in the video, there's a place called Quartzsite RVs. They do a lot of repairs on vehicles and stuff. You can get some quite reasonable price down here considering where you're at, but it's definitely a lot cheaper than other places. Right now gas here is running about $2.75 to $2.85 depending on where you buy it at, of course, and that's about 70 to 80 cents cheaper than just about 15 miles down the road, which is in California. But of course it's 30 cents cheaper up at Parker if you want to drive the 35 miles to get it. Your choice there, but I choose to kind of buy local right now just because it's right here. We're crossing right now Tyson Wells Wash. It's kind of a bumpy bridge, but you know, it's what it is in the desert. But like I said, this is just a quick run down Main Street of Quartzsite, Arizona, which you can see a lot of RV camps and things of that nature. There are vendors all over the place up here selling their wares. Kind of a unique place to be, kind of like a big swap meet for 2 months. And this is also where the RTR, or the Rubber Tramp reunion, will be. Not reunion, but retreat will be. That's what Bob Wells puts out on the internet, or the websites and stuff on YouTube. He's kind of a guru of what goes on around here and how things are done, how to live an off-grid type life. But it's kind of a beautiful area if you really think about it. You got different types of food marks here. You got Dollar Generals, you got family dollar stores. Just a kind of a little country town out in the middle of nowhere. Behind us, towards Phoenix, Arizona, you're about right at 300 miles. I think it's 275. Of course, Los Angeles ahead of us is almost 350 miles away. But like I said, the California border is only about 15 miles down here. Coming up on one of the 4 different truck stops here, pilot on the left here. You've got some more vendors here on the right, as well as the Chamber of Commerce, things of that nature. And of course, a lot of trucks you have to slow down for, because they will pull out in front of you. Typical truck drivers, like anywhere else you go, they think they own the road. But this is going to actually be an uncut version of what I'm looking at and what I'm seeing. I'm just going to play it straight through and kind of give you an idea of what it looks like. And from here we're going to go down, cross back over I-10, or cross over I-10 rather, and go back out a street that's pronounced Kewen Street, and that's Kewen with a K, by the way. You also have a McDonald's, a Burger King, a Carl's Jr., a Subway shop, a DQ that serves strictly ice cream. So it's kind of unique here. You know, some of my family knows DQ back home, or Dairy Queen's back home, that serves hamburgers and cheeseburgers and things of that nature. But out here in the West, DQ serves ice cream and ice cream only, from what I've seen so far, especially here in Arizona. But kind of way to turn here through the major 4-way stop, going back across, or going across I-10. You kind of have to take your turn here, but it's not too bad. You can just kind of go with the flow of the traffic. Most of the traffic coming off I-10 will make a right-hand turn, as these guys are doing on my left right now. They're coming down the end of the hill and making a right. But we're going to cross I-10 here, which is kind of a narrow bridge considering most exits. You got an oversized load and a truck trying to cross at the same time. It's not going to work. 2 trucks cross here with probably about, well, I'd say less than a foot between them. So, like I said, it does get kind of snuggy here. This guy, of course, is turning on to I-10 and fixing to head towards Phoenix. He'll get out of my way here in a minute. And we can go on down to the bottom of the hill here. And of course, right there on the right is a place called Love's, which everybody knows that's a truck stop, and it's got a Subway shop in it, 1 or 2 here in town. And this is Kewen, K-U-E-H-N, Kewen Street. And right now, seems like the county or the state one is painting all the stripes back on the road here, where everybody can kind of know where they're at. Of course, they say keep off the stripes, you know, let them dry. And we don't need paint spread out all over the place. But you can look off to the right there and see a little bit of desert land, and I'll actually be showing you some of that here shortly. This actually video is going to be quite shaky because I'm not going to run it through the stabilizer or anything like that. I'm just going to record it and send it straight on to you, so I hope it don't make you too sick with it bouncing around a whole lot. And of course, like I said, this is just a beautiful place to see. Of course, there's always somebody that's got the britches on fire and in a hurry, but don't worry, just take your time. And for you history buffs, I'm looking actually east right now. I-10 is right here to my left. And the mountain range you see out there in front of me and to the left is where General Patton, prior to World War II, had his troops training. Yep, you heard that correct. General Patton, the original Patton of the 1st Army Division, had troops over here to the left and out front in that mountain range, right at the base of the mountain range. That's where their camp was. And you can go over there with metal detectors and pick up all type of World War II artifacts that's there on the ground that had metal in it, and would be quite surprised with what you would find. Then, of course, back towards Parker, there's a firing range out there where they carry the big guns out there and fired them, and target practice and things of that nature. And yep, that creature sitting right there in front of me, that is actually part of a gold mining company here that mines gold out of these mountain ranges around here. And again, this is the wash that runs from runs north-south of town. It's Tyson Wells Wash. And if you got a four-wheeler or a dirt bike or something of that nature, you can go from north to south of the city and never get on pavement just by running up and down this wash until you get to the main road that you want to go to. At the top of this wash hill that we fixed to climb, which is not much of a hill, is probably one of the largest areas of the vendors, which is known as Tyson Wells Vending Area. And it's not even full yet, and they tell me that what I'm seeing right now is only about a third of what will be here. You'll have vendors to the right and to the left packed in here like sardines, and by Christmas you won't hardly be able to move here because of the traffic that will be in here. This town will grow to close to 1.5 million to 2 million people, and they will be all here for these vendors and the events that occur around here. Off to my right of the buildings here, there's a big tent area that will be set up. It's called the Big Tent event, and that's where a lot of the nomadic people that lives out here or lives on the road will go and apply for the upcoming spring, summer, and possibly fall seasons of campgrounds all over the United States. Not only here in the immediate area, but they'll go out into other parts of the country and go to national parks, other BLM lands, government facilities, and volunteer work and stay there and kind of make a living on it. Now, I forget what they call this particular area here, but this is another part of the vendors area. This is not Tyson Wells, though. It's called something else. And again, you can see this is a lot of vendors setting up here and everything. Now, this guy right here on my right sells a lot of junk, and I mean literally junk, RVs and stuff. And he tries to get the top dollar for them, which, you know, that's what most folks do. They try to get the top dollar for what they got. But he does all of it on consignment, and he makes his money on the consignment side. So in other words, if the guy's wanting to sell it for $1,000 and he can get $3,000 for it, he's made a $2,000 profit, and the other guy gets his $1,000 if he wanted it. Of course, the customer that buys, beware, beware, because most of it is just pure, straight up junk. And right here on the left is a place called Rose RV Park. They've got a huge facility here for RVs to come in and dump their tanks and stuff at a very decent price. I think it's like either $10, $15 a dump. But you can dump your tanks, flush them, and get fresh water all at the same time. And here on my right is BLM land, better known as La Posa North. This place will fill up by the end of December and January and February, to where it's just almost shoulder to shoulder. Right now it's not that full on this side. And by the way, this is where I'm staying at, but in a different section. And it will fill up. And it will have just literally thousands and thousands of people. You just wouldn't believe how many people will pour into this area. And of course, here we come to the end again. Going to make a left here and go back over across I-10, get back on Main Street. This is Ridgett Avenue. I think I pronounced that correctly, but there's another trailer park here on my right, as well as one right here on my left. And most of these are people who stay here fairly long term to year round, and they do have openings for short-term parking and stuff. But like I said, about 2,800 to 2,900 people is the population of this city. And people always ask me, where you at? So I'm showing you where I'm at. I'm in Quartzsite, Arizona. And let's see if I can switch this around. Here I am. Hello, folks. Hope you enjoyed the ride around the big metropolitan city of Quartzsite with me. I hope you enjoyed what you saw. And if you did, hit that like button. Give me a comment about what you thought, what you saw, what you thought about it. I really appreciate that. And hey, share this with other folks. And if you really like it, hit that subscribe button, and then behind that, hit that little bell, and that will let you know every time I upload a new video. And I will know that you're out there watching. And I tell you, the more people I get to watching, the more I'll be happier. And the more I'll be happier, the more I'll make videos and let folks know what's going on. And I really want to let you know where I'm at and what's going on. I'm not trying to be hidden or anything like that. I want the family to know that I'm okay. I want the family to know I'm having a lot of fun. And I want others to know they can have that same fun. It's all up to you. It's all up to what you want in life. I used to hear people tell me all the time as I was growing up, hey kid, slow down, taste the coffee, smell the roses, and enjoy the day. But you know what? I've learned that that's vital. Slow down, enjoy life, because it only goes around once. And God, we know that if you blink, it's gone. It really is. I mean, you got kids that it just seemed like yesterday they was in diapers and today they're having babies. Think about it. Life is too short to rush through it. So, some sound advice from somebody maybe sometimes not as sound as you think they ought to be. Slow down, taste the coffee, smell the roses, and enjoy the day. Because today will be gone before you realize it. Tomorrow's just around the corner. Yesterday's done history. You can't do anything about it. So, happy trails. Again, thank you. I really appreciate you watching. And I really, really do appreciate each and every one of you. May you have a wonderful day. Thank you and have a good day. Bye.